could stop me. I'm in the zone. Competition's none in a league of my own.
Hello everybody and welcome to our channel. My name is Lonabo Fololo, your cryptocurrency enthusiast and entrepreneur. I'm excited today because we are bringing you yet another 90-day game plan. This is also called our Millionaire Maker strategy. Over the last 3 years, this is a strategy that we've used, to grow our team to be one of the biggest in the African continent, generating a lot of 6-7 figure earners in our business. So we call this our 90-day game plan. All right, so now I want to explain to you how this works. But before we get into that, I need you to understand the psychology, the mindset that is needed for you to actually make this a success. The background to this, I remember it was in 2017 when I came across one of my diaries that I had written, 10 years back. In this particular diary I had written in 2007, I had said to myself, by 2017, I'll be this age and I want to have made my first million, right? Back then, I didn't know how it was going to happen. It was just something that I had written down, okay? So, now, 2017, at the beginning of the year, as it is my custom, I go through all my diaries and check, what is that supposed to be doing for the year, and then plan accordingly. So I come across this diary where it says, I'm supposed to have made my first million. Now, luckily for me, I had found a vehicle that was actually going to make this thing possible. So I then sat down and I looked at, so how do I then break, this goal down and, go for it so that I can literally have made my first million by the end of the year. So what I did was I said, okay, so let's look at this thing called the 90-day game plan. So 90 days is actually 12 weeks. So instead of me chasing my goal in a space of 12 months, I decided to compress time frames, so that I have more than one attempt at my goal, so that if I miss it the first time, at least on the second or the third time, I will reach my goal. Because if you picture it this way, if I had taken, 12 months to actually chase the goal and get to month 12 and realize that I've actually done 80% of the goal, the year would have been gone and I would not have reached my goal, and I did not want that. So that is why we decided to compress the time frames. So I'm going to show you how we've broken this thing down. So what's important to note is, Eric Worre, who's one of the guys I listen to when it comes to network marketing, says, if you look at all the top earners in network marketing, all of them can point their success to having done either 1, 2, or 3, or 4 or more of this 90-day game plan within their career, and that was the catalyst, for their growth, and that took them to a whole new level. Okay, so for you to be able to do this, you're gonna have to literally sit, your family down, your loved ones down, and say, good people, this is the goal I am embarking on. After this 90-day game plan, our family, our life will change. It will not be the same. But I need you to understand that even though I'll be around, I will not be around because I will be busy chasing my goal. All right? So that you prepare them, all of you are in the same mind frame. They understand exactly what you're doing and why you are doing. Before you even begin this 90-day game plan, set your own goals. All right? Set your own goals. What is it that you want to achieve? And set them so high. When I was in college, there was a lecturer who said to me, most people normally aim for the pass mark and then they miss it, they fail. Instead of them aiming for 100%, and if you miss it, at least you will end up with a distinction. So that's what I took forward, in my career, same as in my business. Okay, so the goal here is to make $80,000 in a space of 12 weeks. So how is that even possible? Okay, so let's say this is week 1, all right? This is week 1, so you are beginning. And in this week 1, it's only yourself, okay? That's you. Your goal in the entire 7 days is to just find one person who says to you, they want to change their lives, they're tired of living in a certain way, they want to actually change their lives, they want to break through. So at the end of that week, there is now 2 of you, all right? So the second week, the 2 of you have one simple goal. Find one person each that is sick and tired of being sick and tired, that want to change their lives, are looking for a vehicle, an opportunity that can take them, to where they want to go. So the two of you have only one simple goal, just find one person each. So if you do that, at the end of the week, there is now 4 people in your team. So week 3, you do exactly the same thing. The 4 of you, find one person each within the 7-day period. So that means by the end of week 3, there is now 8 people in your team. Normally if you do any one thing over and over again, normally you become better at it, So, but in this case, we will say you continue to sponsor one person a week, even though you'll find that you'll actually be sponsoring more people as you gain your momentum. But let's just say you sponsor one person. So if you do this repeatedly, let's say that week 4, the 8 of you, one simple goal, find one person, that is sick and tired, want to change their lives, and now you've got 8 more, so there's 16 of you. So if you carry this on all the way to week 12, you will find that at the end of week 12, there will be 4,096 people within your team. This is what they call the 8th wonder, the power of compounding. You would have signed up only 12 people, and your downline would have signed up, or your business partner would have signed up only 12. And if this thing were to duplicate perfectly, you'll have 4,096 people within your team. So what will that mean in terms of our compensation plan? Now remember, in our business, there's 5 ways you get paid, but for the sake of this exercise, we are just going to focus on only one out of the 5 ways you get paid. Okay, so we say you had 4,096 people in your team, right, at the end of week 12. Now, let's only focus on the 4,000. Okay, remember our citizens tree, okay, where you've got your left and you've got your right. Remember, for that to work perfectly, you need to have, people evenly on either side. So let's just say you put 2,000 people on one side and 2,000 people on the other side. Now, remember our plans. We said if someone buys the standard plan, you then get 1 credit. Someone buys the bronze plan, you then get 2 credits. Someone buying the silver, you get 4. Someone buying the gold, you then get 7. Right. So in this case, we'll assume everybody buys the standard plan. So we're assuming the worst here. Okay. So that will be 2,000 people multiplied by 1 credit. That will give you 2,000 credits. Now, for you to cycle, remember you need 5 credits. So if you take the 2,000 divided by 5, we will get 400 cycles. So meaning in a space of 12 weeks, should you have done this perfectly, you will then cycle 400 times. Now remember, each cycle pays you how much? $200. So $200 multiplied by 400, that will give you what? Voila, that's our $80,000. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. I know it sounds a bit too good to be true. So this is what literally happens in life. You'll find that not every single person that is in your team will duplicate perfectly. All right. So that is why in a year, we don't do just one 90-day game plan. We literally do 2. And what we do is, you'll find that before we launch, our 90-day game plan, we have what we call a pre-launch. All right. So I'm giving you now the strategy. So in our pre-launch, we're saying that build your inner circle. Find at least 10 to 20 people in your inner circle. Right. Now, those people, you tell them a story. One of the things that's important about network marketing is that we are professional storytellers. We tell a story. That's how we get people to get involved into this business. I remember someone asking me, so what do you guys sell? And I said, I sell a dream. That's all I do. All right. So you sell this dream and you say to them, guys, I'm going to be embarking on a 90-day game plan. I'm building my inner circle, the people I'm going to be launching with. All right. And, I am confident that the people that I'm going to be launching with, by the end of this 90-day game plan, they will hardly recognize their own bank balances. All right. So, and that's how you sell it. And if you happen to have, let's say, 20 people in your inner circle, by the time you start your week 1, by the launch time, you start your week 1, Okay, these people, yes, they are part of your team, but at the back of your mind, they're not part of your team. So meaning on week 1, you are going to start and say it's one person, that's yourself, and you have to find another person. Okay, so the whole idea here is that with these 20 people you sign on the pre-launch, they are launching their own 90-day game plans with you. They are part of your team, but they do not count here. So all you are doing here is you are increasing the chances of you reaching your goal by having a bigger base to start from. So when I launched our very first 90-day game plan, I was earning less than $5,000. But by the end of the 90-day game plan, on the last month, I made about $25,000. So my income jumped, even though I did not reach the $80,000, that was the goal. But my income jumped from 5,000 all the way to about 25,000. That's a huge jump. So I was quite happy 100% with that result. So what then happened was the following 90-day game plan. Remember, this was our very first one. So the following 90-day game plan, we were a little bit wiser. I'm starting off from a bigger base. I've got a bigger team. But even though when I started, they did not count. As far as I'm concerned, I was starting from 0. When we launched our second 90-day game plan, by the time we got to month 3, at the end of the 90-day game plan, I had made over $80,000 for that particular month only, besides month 1, month 2, So that shows you the power of this 90-day game plan. It's about consistent effort, It's like doing a whole lot of effort in one day, but you multiply that 80 times. You repeat that, every single day 80 times. So if you happen to be still employed, you're going to be doing this thing part-time. My advice to you is, if you take 8 hours, after work, take another 8 hours building your dream, chasing your goal. This 90-day game plan will literally change your life forever. And I am talking from experience. This is not just a theory, but it's a lived experience. So that is why I love, this 90-day game plan so much, because we have seen hundreds of people's life change over this 90-day game plan. So what do we do for us to keep the momentum going? So we have a pre-launch. All of us is looking forward to the launch. We are all pointing towards the launch, at a specific venue. And once we get to the launch, after the launch, all of us is looking forward to the gala. Because what to do, because it's network marketing, there will be ranks achieved and so forth. So at the end of the 90-day game plan, we have what we call our gala dinner, where we get to dress up, we have one of the top speakers and so forth. And people that would have ranked up, will be acknowledged on stage, given certificates, off the red carpet. We make a very, very big deal out of this gala dinner. So in our next coming gala dinner, it's going to be in the Van, Gauteng, Johannesburg. And we actually, after that, the entire team, because we'll have people coming from Germany, Russia, Kenya, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and many other countries. All of us are going to be meeting in Dubai from the 1st of December up until the 7th of December 2019. We'll be meeting in Dubai as Team Foxcoin Global, and we'll have our very, very nice time there. We're going to tour Dubai. We're going to have, we're going to have fun. We'll be celebrating all of the achievements that would have happened, in this 90-day game plan. So you don't want to miss it. Get on, click on the link below. You get all the information, how to get started and so forth. And we want to fast track you and make sure that you're on par. And